Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. Last time, we started the trial, and today we're going to finish it. But first things first, we need to have a little word from Monokuma and the Cubs.
Now then.
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Oh, alright, well, I gotta say it like him. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
The hell you say?
Wait a second, what result? Phone time hasn't happened yet. Yes, it has. Don't you remember, Monosuke? No, it hasn't. You're the one who doesn't remember, Monotaro.
Uh-oh.
Aw, man, you're right. Silly me, I'm so forgetful.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect you all to get so worked up over such a small lie. You kids are pretty gullible, huh?
Now then.
Well, anyway, let's just skip this trial and jump ahead to chapter 3.
The hell you say?
Wait a second, we don't know who the culprit... Oh god, we don't know the culprit yet. Yeah, who killed Rantaro? That was chapter 1's case. How can you be this forgetful? I'm with you on this one, Mana damn. Anyway, time to resume.
Another shocking truth revealed.
This is like, Monami giving her little, like, pep talk, like, you can do it! I believe in you! All that good stuff.
Back to square one.
Square one? If square one, they wouldn't have got eaten by the competition.
After that terrible movie, they had no other choice.
Wow! What does that mean?
It means he doesn't want to get involved in another pointless argument, like this one.
We shouldn't listen to anything Maki says. She's just gonna throw out more lies.
But if we don't ask her for more details, how will we know for sure?
I told you already, we don't need to. I hate liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You hate liars? So you're self-loathing?
You're one to talk.
Thank you.
Maki, just ignore that lying little degenerate. We'll listen to what you have to say.
It must have been a little after midnight last night. He visited me at my research lab.
He visited you?
He wanted me to show him the motive video that I received.
Motive video?
If Ryoma came to ask about that, does that mean you had his motive video?
As I recall, Ryoma had Maki's motive video, correct? Does this mean you and Ryoma received one another's motive video? Maybe. I actually didn't check the one I got, so I wouldn't know.
I remember she did say that, like she didn't even watch it.
Maki admitted earlier that she hadn't checked her Cubs pad.
Though we also have to take that at face value. She could have been lying.
Then why did Ryoma think that Maki had his motive video?
Because Ryoma had hers?
If he went around asking at random, he might have asked some people besides Maki.
He never asked me. He probably never asked you guys either, right?
Then, who was it that told Ryoma about his Cubs pad?
Who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video? Someone told him? Have to be someone who knew who had each pad. It was either the Mono Cubs or Kokichi. Oh, I guess he was still in hiding and he heard. This is the only one I can think of.
It's you!
That would be Kokichi.
Cubs pads, gotta catch them all. I even got the pads belonging to the people who aren't here. Now everyone can watch their motive video.
So, you saw the motive videos. Did you tell Ryoma that Maki had his?
When males get this quiet, they're either caught in a lie or thinking dirty thoughts.
What happened
She's
then?
not wrong, though.
After Ryoma asked you for his motive video.
I told Ryoma just to take it from my room. I keep my room unlocked.
Wow, Maki, that's super careless. Aren't you scared someone might kill you in your sleep?
And then what happened?
I don't know what happened after that. I'm not even sure if he saw his motive video. When he asked me, he said that he would show me my motive video in return. But I wasn't interested, so I declined. And that's pretty much it.
So you don't even know if Ryoma saw his motive video? What a bunch of crap.
If Maki met with Ryoma at nighttime, that proves he was still alive then. Which means, even though we don't have alibis from 8 to 10, Maki and me aren't suspects.
If that story is true.
It's true.
Then why did you wait until now to bring that up?
I didn't say anything until now because I wasn't in the mood to be suspected.
Suspected? What for?
Kirumi said it earlier. It seems that Ryoma and I had each other's motive videos. That's pretty fishy, right? So I didn't want to mention it to avoid suspicion.
You didn't say anything because you weren't in the mood?
It is quite selfish to keep this information hidden because you were not in the mood.
Well, whatever. Either way, let's just believe Maki.
Yes, yes! Those who believe shall be saved!
No, we need to wait. There is still more to confirm.
Well then, why don't we ask Kokichi?
Huh? What now?
You never answered my question. Were you the one who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video?
Is that really important?
Yes, it is important. Because if Kokichi told Ryoma, it becomes more likely that Ryoma visited Maki during nighttime.
I see. Kokichi's response may help corroborate Maki's testimony.
Now you understand why I don't want your charade. I want the truth.
Well, Kokichi, did you tell Ryoma?
You said it earlier. I don't want to die, right? If you really don't want to die, then you better tell us the truth.
Here comes the dramatic turnabout. Now I'm the one pressured by Maki. Okay, it's true. I told Ryoma.
Just as I thought.
But that's not a bad thing, right? He wanted to know, so I told him.
So you lied. We would have had like half of the video length of the previous part if you. Okay.
Have you seen everyone's motive video?
No, not yet. I was gonna wait until we hosted like a movie screening party.
No, he watched them.
I just checked who had whose so I could give them back to everyone after.
Did you? No, you. Then that means what? So he was just watching like the first few minutes of each one.
I see.
Anyway, if Kokichi told Ryoma that, then he must have gone to see Maki. That means Maki's telling the truth. Ryoma was alive during nighttime.
No, we cannot be too sure about that yet. Even if Ryoma and Maki did meet, it does not mean it was during nighttime yesterday.
So you still suspect me?
I am saying it could still be a possibility. If there is still a small chance of you being the culprit, then I cannot trust you entirely.
Because everyone's lives are at stake.
Then which is it? A lie or not lie?
She's not lying. Can't you tell just by looking at her?
If it was that easy, we'd be done by now. No, this is a world of lies and betrayal. Himiko! It breaks my heart to hear you say depressing things!
I find Maki's testimony suspicious. It's far too convenient for her.
This is difficult to determine.
Maki is lying. Like I said before, a liar like me knows their own kind.
At least he admits it.
I'm not lying. I did meet up with Ryoma during nighttime. I'm telling the truth.
Is it a lie or the truth? This is the turning point. This will change the fate of this case. And I said I believe in Kaito, and that means believing in Maki. And that means I have to do it. I need us all on the same page. I have to change where the argument is going, just like Kaede did. I need to tell a lie. That's probably what they were hitting at. I forgot how to go about doing this, by the way. So we're just gonna go ahead and check them their control. Okay, hold down triangle and it will become a lie. All right.
With Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
I can't say the two of them met now. That's too obvious a lie. So if I can convince them that Maki met up with someone,
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
so then we're going to turn Maki alone.
What a load of crap!
Maki
Oh.
only see Ryoma
Oh,
at
that's right.
night?
I have to hold on to it
Yes,
until...
I
Okay.
didn't meet with anyone
Oh,
else.
yeah, you do lose
Did anyone see those two together?
health if it doesn't hit. Are you fucking serious? Oh my... Okay.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid. As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
Ryoma.
The previous night.
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have
Come
come forward
on!
already.
No, I'm not gonna take damage like this. Fuck off.
As expected, Maki is lying to us.
If you can't prove your claim,
Then it's the same as an outright lie!
Why?
And that is Ryoma the previous night. Maki only
See Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see
What? Why'd you wait till now to reveal that you saw Ryoma? There's a reason to keep that information to yourself unless you're lying, that is.
Damn it!
Crap. Okay,
I met
am
with
I wrong about this?
Ryoma the
I think
previous
that's where
night.
they want me to go.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see
Um,
Ryoma at night?
The alibis for yesterday, but that's just pre-nighttime.
Yes, I didn't meet
That won't matter.
with anyone else.
That won't matter.
Us.
Wait. Yeah, that definitely won't matter.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting...
Okay, I had the right idea, just on the wrong thing. I thought you can lie to...
I might not be able to prove they met.
No, actually, I think the tutorial did state that. You can only lie to refute. You can't lie to consent. Unless I'm remembering incorrectly? I don't know. But, yeah, we lying.
Oh, please explain.
Well, Kaito and I train together every night. And yesterday, because of the insect meet and greet, we started late. Huh? Ah, Kaito, don't worry. You don't have to say anything. Anyway, we were doing some frog squats on the school stairs.
Frog squats!
When we heard two people talking.
People talking?
We knew one of them was Maki, but we couldn't pick out the other one. But now that I think about it, it must have been Ryoma.
What?
Yeah, maybe. That was probably around midnight.
Wait a minute! If you heard their voices, then that means...
So Ryoma and Maki did meet up.
No, hold up! Why'd you sit on that info for so long?
Because until just now, I didn't think it was relevant. I had no reason to bring it up.
Now. We don't know if Maki was really talking to Ryoma, right?
That is true. If I knew for certain, I would have said so sooner. But considering the circumstances, I can't imagine it being anyone but Ryoma.
Right, and then he can throw this around right back at him like, I mean, unless one of you was talking to Maki at that time, and if so, come forward.
None of us were talking to Maki last night, correct? So it must have been him.
And nobody say you suddenly remember talking to Maki. It's way too late for that.
And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time?
I mean, well, what reason did they have to? They weren't, like, they didn't know something was going to go down that night at that time.
If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked.
I mean, but that's you. You're the maid. Like, if I hear people talking in the middle of the night, I'm minding my own damn business.
We are still part of a killing game after all.
Okay, well, when you put it like that.
Whoa, chill out. Why the scary face? That was my bad, but it's not really manly to eavesdrop, you know? I wouldn't do something so uncool.
Way to steal the man's lines. He's not even in the ground yet. Are you already stealing his shit?
Anyway, I know that we heard those voices. Maki is not lying.
Then Gonta will believe friends.
You're gonna believe him? Just like that? But Shuichi has no reason to lie.
Yes. If his lie leads us to the wrong culprit, he will join us in eternal sleep. Unless he wishes for death, we should be able to believe him.
That's right. You can believe me.
Yeah, you're right. I'll believe him too.
Belief shall set you free!
I'd be so surprised if Shuichi was a liar. Especially after we believed him for so long. We wouldn't be able to trust anyone anymore. Well, it's not like he's lying anyway.
Uh-oh.
All right, that proves it then. Ryoma was still alive during nighttime. In other words, me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
But I guess that means everyone's alibis no longer matter, yes?
So, everyone is culprit again?
So, we're right back where we started. What a pain.
However, it should be clear now that the crime occurred after nighttime began.
But then when was Ryoma's body placed inside the piranha tank?
Well, the gym is locked at nighttime, so it must have been the next morning, but...
That's not possible. Himiko and I were at the gym, remember?
So did we buck up by thinking the body got stuffed into the piranha tank?
I don't think so. We have evidence to prove that's what happened.
Then when did the culprit throw the body into the piranha tank?
When did Ryoma's body get placed in the piranha tank? Maki was with Ryoma around midnight, so it couldn't have been before nighttime. And if it couldn't have been the morning after, that leaves...
The only time they could have done it was during nighttime, huh?
I mean, that's self-explanatory at this point.
Did you forget the gym's not open at nighttime, dick cheese?
Dick cheese?
But that's the only possibility, because by morning we were already at the gym.
It may be possible they slipped by without you noticing.
No one can slip by me. I'm known far and wide as the snoozing sorceress.
What a terrible title for a guard.
Are you positive that you did not see it? You cannot enter the gym at nighttime.
Himiko would have seen it. She might strike out, but she always keeps her eye on the ball.
I don't even play baseball.
But we can't disobey school rules, right? The body was probably moved in the morning.
Calm down, everyone. Don't assure if we discuss disagreement.
I see through your arguments.
What?
Disagreement? What?
Oh.
A disagreement? You mean you're split down the middle again? Then the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds! Yippee! We've been waiting for this!
On call and back. Here's hoping I can play in peace.
Jeez, we gotta do that whole crazy thing again?
It seems like our opinions are split on this matter. But if we focus on the evidence, the facts will become clear. All I have to do is show them and make them accept it. If I can't get them to see the truth now, my life would have been for nothing. I won't fail. When was the body put in the piranha tank?
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Wait, I need to go over this again. Fans were in debate, triangle to make a statement, and then concentrate. Okay, keywords and all that good stuff.
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit?
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Okay, Tsumugi is the only one talking about the announcement. We should focus on the simplest statements first and argue accordingly.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others, before the announcement.
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit?
Himiko!
We were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed them.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Kaito! Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
That is true.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
I've got this! You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself. But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Tenko!
It's okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too.
Still not sold on this as a... Oh.
This is our answer.
It's true that you cannot enter the gym at nighttime, but a corpse could.
Okay, hopefully this buys me a little quiet.
I am positive that the window was how the culprit moved the body.
That window's higher than the piranha tank, and it's pretty close by. Curtains might have been closed, but the window was open the whole investigation.
That means it was certainly possible to put the body in the piranha tank from the window.
However, I'm also positive the pane dividing the piranha tank was set up beforehand.
That certainly couldn't be tossed in. It would need to be placed carefully.
Even if the culprit were to throw the body from outside the window is far too high. It cannot be reached from the floor.
Ryoma was small. Gonta could have chucked him easy.
Yes, but Gonta wouldn't do that. Gentlemen not chuck dead bodies.
He's right, you know.
Being a gentleman has nothing to do with it.
I know! They used the ladder in the gym! You tested it out while you were investigating, Shuichi. That ladder reached the window, right? So the culprit just needed to put the body through the window to pull it off, right?
No, I don't think that method is possible because the ladder couldn't have been used like that in this crime. I can prove it. It can barely reach the window.
That's it! The only reason the ladder reached the window was because it was on the stage. If you used the ladder on the pool side, it would not quite make it. The ladder could barely reach the window when it was on the stage. And there is nothing on the pool side of the gym as tall as the stage. Finally, the ladder was found in the gym, correct? If the culprit used the ladder on the pool side, we wouldn't have found it in the gym.
And they couldn't have thrown the ladder back through the window because it's too heavy.
Then Gonta used his tard strength to throw the ladder or the body or something.
Gentlemen not throw dead bodies. Or ladders.
The body could not have been thrown into the piranha tank to begin with. It would need to be placed carefully to prevent the glass pane from shifting.
Got it, Musclehead? Even if we injected tons of steroids into you, it'd be impossible.
Sorry, you're right.
Gonna have to mute that.
You didn't need to apologize, Gonta.
How the culprit moved the body from the window. Ha! You guys don't even know that? What a bunch of dimwits.
Oh, and you know?
Do you have the answer then?
But of course. Tell him, Shuichi. Blow
Oh
him
my
all away
God.
with the truth.
I actually don't know that yet.
What?
The culprit definitely moved the body through the window, but I don't know how.
Seriously?
Serves you right. You just made a fool out of yourself after acting all high and mighty.
Dudes just need to shut up and take their licks.
What are we gonna do, Shuichi? We gotta figure this out or we're done for. Hey, you gotta do something, Shuichi!
I know. I have to do something, but...
I don't know what to do. I haven't figured that out yet. Damn it. Am I really not good enough? Am I no good as a detective? Correct. I can't do this. I can't.
I don't think it really matters how the body got into the piranha tank.
What?
Gonta thinks it matter. We won't know culprit's trick unless we figure out.
We're getting sidetracked. It doesn't matter how it was done, just who did it. We shouldn't focus on where we found the body. Instead, we need to focus on where he was killed.
Where he was killed?
Wouldn't it be more efficient if we focused on the murder scene instead?
Yes, that's it. We were so caught up in where the body was found, when we should have been thinking about where the murder occurred.
One moment. Mom babysitting my 5-year-old niece and on call week. This is one hell of a combination.
The murder scene will definitely have more clues about the culprit. Why didn't anyone realize this yet? That's strange.
Perhaps the culprit steered the conversation away from that topic.
Then, culprit is someone in this room.
No. That's important to remember. It's not as if everyone here wants us to find the truth. One of us is trying to sabotage this trial.
Well then, let's discuss the crime scene to figure out who the culprit is.
That's not a bad idea for a robot. The last time I heard such a good idea was when Nino told me to move in with her under the bridge to get out of the cold.
I feel like that's a reference that's going over my head. The only Nino I can think of is the one from Fire Emblem. And she was a mage? Get it? Okay.
Himikawa under the bridge?
What? If we can determine where this all started, we can determine how it ended. Yes, it's much too soon to quit. The trial has only just begun.
Thank you, Maki. That was a helpful insight.
I can't believe you didn't notice that. I guess that's why you're still an apprentice.
Burn! We can't all be Phoenix Wright, even though he's kind of a noob in his own right. Okay.
First, let's establish the crime scene.
Oh dang, she taking the lead.
Dorm room? Ryoma was relaxing in his room when you got attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning.
That's true.
There's nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
He's got a toilet, doesn't he?
Drown in toilets? Impossible.
We should consider places where water is stored.
The only place that fits is the pool. Even if you use magic, there's no other way.
Well, it must be the pool then.
Nah, that little turd drowned in the toilet.
Shut your mouth, you lazy sow.
Sal?
Why can I consent to that? The cause of death is a certainty. Ryoma drowned in water. Pool seems like the obvious answer, but I have my doubts. Okay, so I have to refute that with the rules. So I think...
He's got a toilet.
Nope. Trying to slow down.
We should consider places.
The only place that
There we go. I missed... I was about to scream. It went through the most perfect gap.
The pool could not have been the scene of the murder. Ryoma was killed at nighttime. No swimming is allowed at nighttime, so a living person could not have gone in.
Yep, a dead body is fine because it's just an object. But if a living person entered the pool, I think I might cry.
Cry as loud as you want. I'll cry with you. We can spend the night together crying.
Oh my god.
Morning after, I'll write goodbye on your mirror in lipstick before I quietly leave.
Okay, what? But also I just noticed they got a little, like, memorial thing for Monodam. Not Monodam, Mono Kid.
Only after you leave do I realize how much you really mean to me.
Quit being so gloomy.
This is the year of the Jets! Fuck the Patriots!
Monosuke confirmed to be from New York.
Anyway, we can conclude it's impossible for him to have drowned in the pool.
Where was Ryoma killed if not pool? Is there other place where water can be stored?
Where was Ryoma killed? I know there's some kind of clue. I mean, it's kind of freaking obvious here.
This is it! The sink in Ryoma's lab. There were distinct scratch marks on it.
Scratch marks on the sink?
And I believe those scratches were caused by...
Ooh!
This is it! The handcuffs. They were scratched as well, correct?
Well, yeah. Sort of looked like they'd been scraped against something.
There's also the fact that the handcuffs were from Ryoma's lab. The marks on the sink came from the handcuffs in the same room. The size and shape of the scratches are consistent with the handcuffs, I'm sure.
How did those handcuffs get from the lab to the water tank?
Really, Angie?
Because Ryoma was wearing them, right?
Yes, though they were only visible for a brief moment when Ryoma appeared in the tank. I am certain he was wearing the handcuffs at the time.
The handcuffs were left after the piranhas devoured Ryoma.
So, the culprit handcuffed Ryoma and drowned him in his lab's sink.
Ryoma must have been pretty yummy. They chomped up his entire body. Arms, legs, brain.
Saying disgusting things. I don't want to hear it.
That crunchy texture with the fatty parts just right. Then when they bite down, it gushes.
Stop! Please stop!
But how did culprit handcuff Ryoma? He could have used Shikuchi method to get away, unless someone ambushed him?
Good point.
It's possible they knocked him out before.
Oh, that could explain the crack in his skull I brought up.
Though there's no way we can be sure, now that he's not but bones.
I doubt he was ambushed. I'm pretty sure the culprit got Ryoma by... whoops. Don't pay attention to little old me. I'm just talking to myself.
When you talk to yourself, pretend you're eating and chew with your mouth closed.
Ha ha! Got him.
Otherwise, you'll get a mouthful of peanut butter squid. It's so disgusting you'll laugh.
I retract my got him statement. She got nothing.
So we all agree Ryoma was drowned in the sink in his lab, right? That sink could have held enough water to do it for sure.
All right, I'm calling it. The crime scene is Ryoma's fucking research lab.
But how did the culprit carry his body to the gym from there? Isn't Ryoma's lab on the 3rd floor of the academy?
It's actually not far at all. Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
What shortcut between Ryoma's lab and the gym did the culprit use? It's simple.
There! The shortcut is the window in Ryoma's lab.
The window?
That's right. None of the windows in this school open. Except the one in Ryoma's lab. And on top of that, the window faced the pool. You could see the gym straight across.
Do you think the culprit dropped Ryoma's body into the pool area from the lab window? Then they could have thrown the body into the piranha tank through the gym window. How's that? Mission complete!
Your explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier. The gym window was too high to reach from the poolside, even if one used the ladder.
One moment. Okay, time for 20 minutes of peace before I get another call.
That's right! I apologize! I must go on a journey to reflect on this!
We keep hitting dead ends, since we don't know how the body was thrown into the gym.
Well, that didn't really give us any info about the crime.
Not necessarily. We learned a lot of important information. Now that I'm sure of the scene of the crime... Now that I'm sure the scene of the crime was Ryoma's lab, the case is becoming clearer. To determine how the body got from the crime scene to where it was found, I have to figure out how to get from the 3rd floor window to the gym. Alright then, I have to analyze the possible methods and find the most likely. When you have to deduce how things are connected, Psych Taxi will start up. Or Psyche Taxi. X accelerate. To concentrate, okay. The objective of this mode is to gather the letter cubes lying around to form the question. Use X button to accelerate and the left stick to move left and right. By picking up letter cubes floating around, you can complete the question. Once you've completed the question, you head toward the escort that has the correct answer. If it's the right answer, they'll get in your car. If it's the wrong answer, something bad happens. Also, there will be other cars on the road. If you hit those, you will take focus energy damage. If it's getting dangerous, use R1 to concentrate, stay calm, and avoid them. Please drive safely, enjoy the ride. Please respond at your earliest convenience. Alright, here we go. Vaporwave as hell, so aesthetic. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna be picking up these letter cubes. I don't have time to look up at the top of the screen to see what they're saying. Ooh, okay. That, got him. Got him. I play so much Midnight Club, this is nothing. But tell me what they're saying up top. Like, I honestly cannot, like, look up. I'm afraid to look up. I could probably hazard a look now. The body was brought from where? Thinking time! The lab window. That's not how you pick up an escort. Oh my god, they meant literal escort. Not in the escort mission sense, but like an actual, like... Okay! But it does look like you get grace letters, so it's not the end of the world if you miss one. Just can't miss too many. That's my fault for daring to look up. I mean, I don't have to keep accelerating at all times. I can slow down. Where's the fun in that? Oh my god, they're measuring in kilometers. Oh, okay. Do not look at the UI. But they're measuring in kilometers. I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, I actively dodged that one. The body was brought to the gym from where? Thinking time! From the gym window. Yeah, just run over the escort to get her in your car. That's how that works. Not really, you'll probably just be charged with a felony. That's a lot of letters. They switched the color. This looks very cool. So aesthetic. Aesthetic AF. Okay. Seriously though, this does look very cool. We got other cars. I can avoid them. Told you. Midnight Club experience. Yo. I will definitely be streaming that once. Oh my god. Once I upgrade my internet and I'm streaming on Twitch. Midnight Club is a Twitch game, not a YouTube game. The amount of licensed music in there. Sorry. Ooh, I do not have a lot of time. What? Hidden Monokumas? On this? How's it move from the classroom window to the gym window? So I gotta keep on the lookout for hidden Monokumas in the trials? Thinking time. How does it move from the classroom window to the gym window? From window to window. Okay.
I've got it. Ryoma's body was moved directly from his lab to the gym.
Not the hardest game in the world, but I mean, that was like the first time encountering it, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be really difficult on the later difficulty or later trials.
Directly? Don't tell me they threw the body from window to window. I mean, we're talking about a body. It's not like tossing a baseball, you know.
No, I don't believe he was thrown, but perhaps another way.
What do you mean another way? There's no other way to move it.
The culprit must have used some kind of equipment.
Huh? Equipment?
With this equipment, they can connect the two windows and move the body to the gym.
Equipment to connect the windows. I believe it was found near the body. The rope?
There! The rope found behind the gym stage could have been used to connect the windows.
Oh, there was a mysterious mystery about that rope that only Atua can reveal.
What mysterious mystery?
During last night's preparations for the show, that rope was in the wing of the stage. But the next morning, the rope had been moved backstage for some reason. It's a mysterious mystery. Only Atua knows the answer.
So, during nighttime, someone used the rope, then threw it into the gym window?
So they did use the rope. That's how they bridged the distance between both windows.
Is the rope long enough to reach both windows?
The rope is roughly 65 feet in length. As for the distance between the windows,
according to the sign of the pool, the width of the pool is roughly 35 feet. And the distance from the edges of the pool to the windows is an additional 16 feet. Altogether, the sum total length from one window to the other is roughly 50 feet.
And pool is only thing between research lab and gym windows.
You bet it's long enough. That's what she said.
Wait, who said that?
Oh my god.
Even if the rope was long enough, wouldn't it be pretty hard to tie them to the windows?
Both windows were too high to reach. It would be like tying a rope from one cliff to another.
If the windows were closer together, then they could toss the rope across. But they're not.
No, going to think it would work. Just need one more rope.
other rope. There was only one, though.
Oh, then it impossible. Sorry.
Me fail English? That impossible. No, I'm sure there was another rope. Or at least something that could be used as rope. Do-do-do-boop-a-doo. Where is it? There we go.
This is it! The tennis net cable from Ryoma's lab could serve as a rope.
How long is it?
About 50 feet or so. But how do they use it?
Okay, so... First, culprit hang rope outside of one window. Then, culprit move to other side. And tie cable to other window. Then, after tying to each window, culprit tie rope and cable together. That how culprit make one rope that reach both windows.
Wow! That's amazing, Gonta! You're so knowledgeable.
It's nothing. Gonta use ropes a lot when looking for bugs.
Even if they did connect the windows with a rope, they can't carry a body on just that.
Eureka! I got it!
Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration
And 99% perspiration. But in my case, it's 100% inspiration!
We get it. Just tell us already.
They handcuffed the body to the rope and slid it from one window to the other, like Tarzan!
The body would reach the gym window, but it wouldn't land in the piranha tank. Stop making such dumbass comments and keep your smelly breath in your dirty mouth.
Oh my god.
Tarzan?
Tsumugi is too innocent.
But they also had to put the body in the piranha tank after they moved it, huh?
That is not feasible with just one rope.
Maybe the rope wasn't the only equipment the culprit used.
Not just the rope? You should know this, Shuichi.
Well, anyway, it would have been pretty difficult to get that body in the piranha tank. They wouldn't just throw it. The trick was a super crucial part of the culprit's plan. The culprit must have carefully placed the body into the tank with their own hands. But is there really a way to do that?
Kokichi, are you hinting at something?
Hey, what'd I tell you? Help, I can't access the internet. Can you check the Ethernet cable? Is it plugged in? Oh my god, wow, that did the trick. I'm 1 hour and 53 minutes into this recording session, by the way. I have no clue how long into the actual video I'm in once all editing is all done, but yeah.
Huh? Hint? What hint? Don't confuse me with your talk of hinting hints.
You're confusing me. You were definitely on to something. It's true that the culprit needed to place the body directly into the piranha tank. If the body were to fall, the culprit would not have been able to retrieve it. They would have only had one shot at it, no second chances. So obviously the culprit would have wanted to put the body in the tank carefully, meaning they would have wanted to get as close to the window as possible. The problem is, how did they get near it? All that we know right now is that there was a rope that connected the windows. Somehow the culprit used that to move the body and were close to the window themselves. To make that work, they had to have used something else. But what would that be? What could they have done?
All right, Shuichi. The stage is finally set.
Are you really that dense?
What?
Listen up. Do a good job here, and I'll be able to put an end to this trial.
The hell is this, CG?
It all starts with you. You be the opening act, and I'll be the main event. And then together, we're gonna save everyone.
Together?
You got this. After all, you are my sidekick. I believe in you, so I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this. I will solve this mystery and show everyone the truth. This is the main event. Something was used with the rope to move the body between the windows. Think. Come on, think. It's not even that hard. It's the thing you saw in the... How does that even fit there? I was going to say inner tube. Wait, I forgot the controls for this. Flash spot is X. Okay. Okay, what zip line can fit? I need a Z. Or maybe it's P-U-L-L-E-Y. No, it can't be pulley. I'm putting all my eggs in the zipline basket, but there are no Z's. Pull toy? No. It begins with an R? Rope, bridge, okay, so then O, in terms of a vowel, so R-O-E, no. Row. No. Row A, row. What? Rope. I'm at a complete loss. Rope way, rope bridge, rope. Rope. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I don't know. Is that even a word? This is a word? What? Enlighten me, please?
Yes, that's it. The culprit used something like a ropeway to move the body.
The fuck is a ropeway?
A ropeway, huh? Are you sure about that?
I honestly never heard of that in my life.
Wow, you got drain damage or something?
Drain damage. Nice spoonerism.
You'd need some kind of vessel to use on a ropeway, and we don't have that!
Okay. So I guess it's the same thing as a zip line? Cause I was gonna say like they used the inner tube and like had that like had the rope guiding it like a zip line, but okay, a ropeway. legit never heard of that in my life. No, there definitely was. The culprit used it to move the body along the rope. In scenes where you have to deduce an image, Mind Mine will begin. Oh wow, they're tossing all the new games at us. I like how both this and the previous one showed up in the demo, but you know, it took until the second trial for them to show up here. Anyway, in this mode, the objective is to dig up the answer. At the beginning, the answer will be completely covered by pieces. Confirm image, and then X is dig up. Okay. Yeah. Use the L stick to move the cursor and erase the pieces with the X button. Pieces will be erased when two or more of the same color connect. The adjacent pieces will then change color in the following order: white, pink, yellow. White, pink, yellow. WPY, WPY. If you do it right, you can remove all the pieces from an object. The trick is to predict how the adjacent pieces will change. When all the pieces on top of an object are gone, you can select the object as the answer. If you select the wrong object, your influence gauge will take damage. If there's just one piece left, you can press the X button repeatedly to break it. But that will incur a time penalty, so don't just button mash. It might sound complicated, but trust me, you'll get it as you play. Thank you for your understanding. Alright, time for some Mind Mine. I play Minesweeper, I'm good at this shit. Alright, WPY, WPY, W, pink, white, pink, yellow. So, yeah, we can get rid of that. Okay, get some of that. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, some of that. Yep, okay, this is where I want to be. Look, I play same, like, so much, it's ridiculous. That's actually what it's called, is our same game. But it's just like a... I can't even call it a match 3. Like, it's essentially just a match game where you have a grid that's filled with a whole bunch of things. I got like 5 minutes. I can go over this. But, yeah, I played it on my channel way back when for like an April Fool's joke. But it's a grid filled with like all these tiles lettered A, B, C, D, and E, and they each have their own specific color. For example, like A's are blue, B's are red, C's are magenta, D's are yellow, and E's are cyan. Only like the panels next to each one doesn't change, but essentially, let's say like if I got rid of this group of 4 right here, all the pieces above it would fall down the corresponding amount of spaces. And essentially you're just trying to chain up as many of a particular color as possible to get the highest score possible. And I have played that so many times, my scores are just so high. Like, this right here is nothing. This is simple compared to that. Holla at your boy.
I see it.
Can't be touched when it comes to puzzle games, yo.
It's the inner tube. The rubber inner tube we found floating in the pool.
The inner tube?
Remember the inner tube we found in the pool with a rope on one side?
Yeah, that Kaito was like, oh, that's not important.
Maybe the rope was originally tied on both sides. The culprit made a ropeway by hanging the tube from the rope connecting the windows. And because the 3rd floor window is higher up, gravity would have pushed the inner tube along. The inner tube is made of sturdy rubber as well. It could have supported 2 people. The culprit used the ropes and the inner tube to construct a rudimentary ropeway, and used it to move themselves and Ryoma's body from the lab to the gym. Once through the gym window, the culprit stood on the inner tube to move the body. Either that, or the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. That way would be more stable, and let them handle the corpse more carefully. Finally, they removed the rope from the window frame and left the scene.
Well, when you put it like that, it certainly sounds possible. But wow, a ropeway!
You say the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. Isn't that against school rules? It would count as entering the gym, would it not?
Last time we got asked that question, we decided it was okay.
What?
Sticking your body through the window is an automatic out, but standing on the sill is...
Wait, who asked you last time?
Eh?
It is quite possible that the culprit went to you to confirm the details of their plan.
Oh, shit!
Got him.
Way to put your foot in your mouth.
His foot? Monosuke just unhinged his jaw and swallowed his entire leg!
Cut it out! I can't write this off as a joke if you two keep freaking out about it.
Then your little slip-up is actually the truth.
Uh-oh.
Pops?
No.
Uh-oh. Daddy's mad at you now.
Huh?
Don't look at me. This is what you get for acting like a big shot all the time.
Stop. Do not bully Monosuke.
Huh?
No more blaming each other. Everybody makes mistakes. I want us all to get along.
Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
Monodam's right!
Monosuke, you better thank Monodam. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Man, the trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up? But I guess now we know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
So culprit really used ropeway to move body?
Yeah, they used the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
Ropeway murder? Some crazy-ass shit!
But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
Not necessarily. All one must do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway. Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side. Tossing the rope into the gym from the pool window would be the final step.
I see. The rope was thrown from the window. That's why we found it there.
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
Which is why the crime was committed during nighttime, while we all slumbered.
But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they used to commit the crime, why did they leave the inner tube in the pool?
I believe that was an accident.
An accident?
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally dropped it.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
The reason the culprit left it in the pool is obvious. It was nighttime.
That's it! Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
I see. They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope, the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them. Huh! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it? Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur!
No, actually. Save for that one mistake, this was the perfect crime.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us. Though I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Shut up.
Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough. Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
No, respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial in solving this case. We're so close. We're just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event. But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yes, I have a good idea of who the culprit is. I mean, I've had my assumptions, but... I mean, it still feels like a bit of a stab in the dark because I don't have concrete evidence.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You believe in my detective skills?
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have had to have been prepared in the gym well beforehand. Knowing that narrows the list of suspects. The only possible suspects are Angie and Himiko and Kirumi, because she was... Oh no, but he helped to set up stuff in the gym too. Are they really gonna go this road, like 2 in a row, where it's the person you trusted the most? But it has to be somebody smart. I mean, he's an idiot. Hey, I got 2 hearts.
It has to be you. There's one more thing I still have to confirm. But Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
Because she did mention... Yeah. Because she needed Kibo and Kaito to move the tank for her. So she could have told them where to put it. Like, she was the eyes that they needed. Like, okay, a little more to the left, a little more to the right. Okay, perfect, right there.
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
I mean, I probably... Like, I was also sort of thinking... Oh, sorry for hitting the mic there. But when I was thinking, like, that Kaido helped move the tank, like, Kibo was the other one, but Kibo on a ropeway, it would have snapped immediately.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision? I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Look who got a new sprite. Let's see where this is going.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
To force Kirumi to implicate herself, my logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere. Just have to stay calm and find it.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi.
This does say she was in the gym alone.
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been
done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
I'm thinking on this one. What, I just have to find like one small hole?
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
And
this, I don't know, like this doesn't, did I use this as a clue in the first half?
alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work.
Because she also wasn't at the meet and greet.
That could have been done by anyone.
No.
I was wrong.
Crap.
I, of course,
I don't know what
am
to
not
do
the culprit.
here.
The crime was committed at nighttime.
That proves you're the
For such non. A trick relied on complex mechanisms. Someone like you could be skilled enough to. Preposterous. By anyone.
Okay. What?
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi.
And back. I could have sworn I had tried. No. I used the insect meet and greet on that one instead, not alibis from yesterday. I think I used the correct logic, but I chose the wrong clue when I initially tried the insect meet and greet on that weak point. That's entirely on me.
Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only, 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion. While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
She's losing her cool.
If it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. The crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
Very compelling, Kirumi. I expected nothing less. I won't back down.
If it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
There we go.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened. In other words, it is just a guess, and then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception.
It came from one of her aprons. This is the conclusion we reached together. It's not just a guess. If evidence on my side, I'll show her.
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Or not. Oh. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Oh, that's it.
I am referring to the rope.
There's still time.
Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had
There we go.
I'll cut through your words.
I'm so dumb.
I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
But the fabric hasn't come into play yet. That's going to be interesting.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage.
But the stress of holding
The
on
rope
to
that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
Is Kirumi quiet because that's what happened?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone.
For everyone?
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
What? What? Where is this coming from? Her response seems genuine. This phone is ringing. For the love of God. It's 2 hours and 41 minutes into this. Can I please finish? So what does she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito.
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, it felt like you weren't talking about us. It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
Whose motive video did she see?
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Really? Do you swear to Atua?
Yes, really. So please believe me, I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede.
Oh my God.
She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to!
Kirumi!
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else. Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
How rude.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well.
She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, Please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof. It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Yeah, maybe we should think it over one more time.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. Use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit? But there is no evidence to indicate that I am—
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the rope wake was used to move the body. If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift rope wake, then the final clue falls into place.
The final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Wait a minute, I just want to make sure. Because like I said, this hasn't come into play yet. But you can't tell what it's from. There's no design on it.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit? Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone!
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty. Let me just go over everything just to fucking... Okay. Lost some time there. Just go over everything one more time to see. Just to make sure. This is the only one I can think of. It has to have come from her.
This is it! The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty.
This is why I tried to record earlier in the day. This is why I'm kind of upset the glitch is a thing in this game.
It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle, because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Yeah, so what?
Her gloves?
You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What? Truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how that black fabric fits into this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now. Wow.
You are incorrect.
Ah.
What is this truth?
I'm sorry,
Just
what?
your empty deduction. You continue
That's
to
more like
confuse
it.
everyone. You are incorrect.
Yikes.
What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. Ah! In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth.
Oh, that was a square.
Everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake.
Why do I keep missing the single
Self-righteous
ones?
Truth. Ah! I completely understand your reasoning.
Oh, square.
But I
Ugh.
will never accept it. It
How
seems
is that a
you wish to
miss?
pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. We only wish to protect everyone.
Yikes.
Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only
I'm
providing us
playing
with
like garbage.
speculation. We only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. Ah! What does that piece of trash prove?
It ends here!
Really? Okay.
The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't bare-handed.
I guess this is also because I don't really know how ropeways work, so I just assume she'll be using her hand to go back and forth. And wouldn't be going fast enough to cause rope burn, but I guess if the floor was higher up, 'cause I thought they were at the same level, but no, Ryoma's lab was higher up. That's why it just never occurred to me that she would be going fast enough to tear off part of her glove.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and
it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. You can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means that someone has to be sacrificed. But Kaede was scared too. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it and kept thinking and kept going. This is where it led me, and I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
Okay, I still feel kind of bad about how the latter half of this went, but that's how it's gonna be sometimes. So, okay, here we are, like, oh, we're watching the thing. There's Himiko. Then, oh, everything falls down into the water. So it's like a flashback. It's made of metal the piranhas didn't eat. Well, those are the handcuffs, which we don't have yet. Okay. I can't really tell what's going there. Oh, I'm watching the fish eat the body. Haha, perfect crime. Okay. And now we're back, or flashbacking to when I did everything. What was used as a partition in the piranha tank. Nothing we have yet. And then the thin and long item the culprit took from the gym. Thin and long, that's what she said. What? No, the rope. Then, okay, you're right there. Where in the gym was the rope tied? Nothing we have yet. Wait, so you set that up prior to killing him? Huh. Alright. Before the murder, what was put on the victim's wrists? Okay, so yeah, she did knock him out. Alright. Yeah, handcuffs. And drowned him. Set up the ropeway. What was taken from the pool. You set everything up. Okay, nothing. I don't think we have that yet. Hitting the brakes was tougher than expected, which explains. Okay. Where was the body carried to? Oh. The piranha tank. It could actually be either one of these. Let me go back to previous ones so I don't mess up. It's made of metal the piranhas didn't eat. It was used as a partition in the piranha. Okay. Alright, that's where that goes then. And then here we can use the piranhas themselves. Yeah, just opening that up. Metal handcuffs in the water. The piranhas didn't eat that. The rope was tied to that in the gym. Which means The hanged inner tube was used to transport the body on the ropeway.
This is the truth of the case.
Okay then.
The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act.
They're starting with Act 5 and then they're going to... Oh, that... Okay. All right. Because that's why I wasn't doing the whole, like, narration through the, like, scene thing, because I didn't know what was really going on with the order there.
When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night around 8:55 p.m. While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank. Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym. And used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window. Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab. All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind.
That explains the cracked skull I mentioned.
Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists. And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, But the culprit's plan had only just begun. They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body. After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence: the fabric and the inner tube. They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime. And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid?
But what was stopping her from grabbing everything in the morning? I mean, yeah, they said they wanted everyone to be... Though I guess they would have said, oh, it's suspicious that she's not here. But,
I reached.
I don't know.
Do you have any objections?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi.
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
But we don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
That is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodam, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Alright, time to vote. I never got to spend free time with her.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
One vote for Shuichi.
Chosen as the blackened. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Okay. And with that, we're done for the day. I have an 253 monocoins. Thank you. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too hard on myself. I did great, like all things considered, except for just that one nonstop debate that gave me trouble. I don't know. I want to make it through at least one trial without getting the game over. But at least I didn't have bias blinding me this time around. But yeah, next time, you know, there is always next time. But yeah, I did really good, all things considered here. So, with that, we're going to be done for today. Well, this recording session won't be. I'm going to go on a little bit longer just to make a save partway into the next part. I want to be absolutely certain I do not get affected by that glitch. So, thank y'all for watching. Have a great day and see you next time for some more Let's Play Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, where we deal with the aftermath of this trial. Goodbye.
Danganronpa.